Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network. Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome to another Sports podcast. I'm Joel Anderson.
I'm Jordan Pomaville.
And joining us, as always, is Phil Ranta, the Sports Outsider.
You're going so fast, I can't keep up.
Our show is so jam-packed, I want to get through all of it.
I know, but I can't keep up. My tender ears can't process.
Okay. Well, let's dive right in, folks. Phil, we're not going to ask you if you did any sports because we got a Tecmo Super Bowl update, watch, update, do we not?
Tecmo Super Bowl update, watch, update.
Update, watch, update. Brought to you by
Febreze, smell the taste in your ears.
God, it gets weirder every time.
I feel like we used that one before.
Did we? Smell the
feel like
taste
that-
in your ears?
I feel like they made, yeah.
Really?
They
I don't
keep
think I've heard that
confusing
drop
their
yet.
senses.
Yeah, it's very strange.
They're using three different senses.
Is it supposed to be smell the scent in your nose?
That would, yes. That would be consistent. Or taste the taste in your mouth, or hear the sound in your ears.
But you
Right.
shouldn't be tasting
And they have-
Febreze.
No, Febreze is a scented product.
That's
We
another
love
thing.
you,
Yeah,
Febreze. Thank you for sponsoring
Yeah,
the
but
segment.
you think maybe somebody's going to get sued if kids at home are drinking the Febreze because they're trying to smell the taste in their ears.
They
You're
shouldn't.
Getting ear
Yeah.
infections from putting Febreze
Oh,
in
that
their
would
ear.
be terrible. Your eardrum would get all swole. That's what workout people say. Like, I'm going to go get swole. That's the new thing now.
Really?
Yeah.
They're not saying jacked anymore?
No, they say swole. Yeah.
Well, speaking of workouts,
Yeah.
how about that Tecmo Super Bowl?
This week was a bye week.
Are you serious, Phil?
Yeah, there was no game this week.
Oh, come on.
No, there wasn't a game this week.
No, I know that, but you can just hit simulate and it'll go to the next week. Then.
Oh, that would be cheating. We've
That's
got to
not
play it in real
cheating,
time.
Phil.
Okay, when you play a video game, you have to play it in real time. I LARP my video game play.
Wow, are you serious?
Yep.
Are you deadly serious with us right now?
You said LARP?
Yep, live action role play.
Oh.
It has to go in the real order.
Does this mean you're practicing during the week?
Yeah, I'm like exercising my fingers.
Wow.
Haha.
That's all I have to say, Phil. Wow.
Yeah, bye week.
All right, but next week we're going to have a Tecmo Bowl Super
Unless
Bowl
it's
update.
another bye week.
There's only one per season, and you do realize that we're counting on you, Phil.
Yeah, I know.
This is part of the intro now.
It's an important segment. It's America's second favorite segment.
Next to Weird Sports.
Yeah, next to Weird Sports,
Right.
yeah.
All right. Well, that was Tecmo Super Bowl update, watch, update.
Update, watch, update. Brought to you by
Febreze, smell the scent in your fingernails.
So close.
Wow.
That drop guy was crazy.
Kind of lost it at the end.
Yeah.
No,
we should maybe
got
send
touch
an email to
involved.
Febreze, make sure that they know what they're putting up.
Yeah, I think that they just let the audio recorders go buck
Yeah,
wild.
I
that
think
might be the
in-house
case.
advertising has gone rogue at
Yeah,
Febreze.
I agree.
Joe Flacco celebrates with McNuggets. Why? What would you celebrate with?
McNuggets.
All right.
Wait.
Moments after signing a new 6-year contract that made him the highest paid player by annual value in history, Joe Flacco went to the McDonald's drive-thru and ordered a 10-piece McNugget combo with fries and an unsweetened iced tea for $6.99.
Wow, he saved money.
That guy knows value.
Yeah.
The contract includes a $29 million signing bonus and is worth a guaranteed $52 million over the life of the contract.
Wow.
Yeah, but what was the dipping sauce?
We're getting to that. Sherry Norman, a diehard Ravens fan working at the McDonald's, thought the customer's profile remarkably resembled Joe Flacco. He turned to the drive-thru window and bam, face full of Flacco.
Oh, I hate it when I get a face full of Flacco.
She stuffed his carton full of fries and made sure they were hot and gave him a bunch of extra sauces. No questions asked.
Ooh, what kind of sauces? What kind of sauces does Mr. Spanish for Skinny order?
What's Spanish for skinny?
Flacco?
Oh, okay. Barbecue,
Okay.
ranch.
What? On a 10-piece, he had 2 different sauces?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, wait, there's honey mustard?
What? 3?
What?
Yeah.
That's like 3 nuggets per sauce.
And then he asked if they could squirt some mayo in the bottom.
Oh, gross. Ew.
By the
Oh,
way,
man.
let me just say what total sense it makes for Joe Flacco to be the highest paid player in football. I mean, after all, we're talking about a guy who was a completely marginal talent for almost his entire career until like the last 4 games of the season when he appeared to be an above-average quarterback.
Well, that's why he's living as if the bottom could fall out and saving his money and going to McDonald's, Joel.
I know, I hear that.
You didn't go to Fleming's Steakhouse.
But still, 6 years, and it's ridiculous. He's getting paid more than Drew Brees, getting paid more than Peyton Manning, getting paid more than Tom Brady.
I'm sure that's not how he pitched himself. Was like, I'm a marginal quarterback. Come on.
Yes, I was being sarcastic, Phil.
Okay.
I cannot believe the Ravens paid him this much money.
Can you believe he celebrated at McDonald's?
I just won a Super Bowl.
But it made Sherry Norman's day.
Yeah, well, good for Sherry. It should have made Joe Flacco's day because he's like the 10th best quarterback in football. I'm not even kidding, and I could not believe this news when I read it this morning because I've been out of town for a few days. But
will you believe this? New York Yankees general manager Brian Cashman breaks his ankle skydiving.
Oh, really?
Wow.
He was skydiving with the Golden Knights of the U.S. Army at Homestead Air Force Base in Florida. Cashman was jumping to raise awareness for the Wounded Warrior Project and wound up wounded. Har har. That cannot count as a joke, as that line was included in the AP write-up.
Really?
Yes.
Those AP people are getting a little silly.
Right? Yeah. They were sniffing glue.
Yeah.
He will need surgery on the fracture, and it's a similar fracture to the injury Derek Jeter experienced in the ALCS. He now joins the list of old, overpaid, underperforming Yankees.
So wait, he broke his ankle while skydiving? Like, what are you going to hit? What do you hit on the way
oh,
down?
did he forget
the
to
ground?
take? Did he
it
forget
was
to take
on landing.
Did he forget to take a parachute? I imagine that's
Oh, yeah,
probably
that's
the
probably
way most
why,
people get
huh?
injured when they.
New York Yankees general manager Brian Cashman dies skydiving. That would be the headline if he forgot his parachute.
I think there's a chance he'd live.
Well, no, maybe he just directed all of his force onto that one ankle and survived, but obviously broke his ankle.
Ankle is not going to be the same.
Yeah.
So that's Brian Cashman got injured.
Wow. I mean, I don't want to. I'm not a professional athlete.
No.
But I've skydove before.
Really?
And
is it skydove or skydived?
Sky Dave. I'm a Sky Dave. My name is Dave and I sky. But so I sky Dave, and I know, like, upon landing, you're supposed to kind of like tuck your knees up to your chest and kind of do a little bit of a runny run.
Well, I don't think he did that. He obviously, because I know there's a way with when you land with the parachute. If you don't do it right, you can injure your legs.
He must have been getting cocky.
Oh.
I blame him.
Wasn't he strapped to somebody else? Isn't that what people who aren't like veteran skydivers do when they go skydiving? Is strap an actual skydiver to their back?
You know, I believe this was his second jump.
Oh.
Because that was in the story that he had done this earlier. However, I don't know if he was still strapped to someone. If he was, it's funnier that U.S. Army paratroopers, presumably Red Sox fans.
Yeah.
Get this. I'm going to break Brian Cashman's ankle.
Right. But then I'm sure that they carried him off the field very heroically, and they're going, "Leave no man behind. We're Army Rangers. I'm going to get you out of here, man. I'm going to get you out. Don't worry, you're going to see your kids again."
I'm going to be honest. I think this is a ploy. I think we're going to see late in the season, right around the deadline, Cashman is going to be making trades with a bloody sock.
Oh.
And they're really going to sell that as a big thing. And it's going to be all made up, Jordan. It's just going to be them.
I think he's finally going to start doing HGH, is what I think.
Yeah, good.
To aid in his recovery.
About time.
Everyone else is.
All right, what do we got in the show today?
Let's see. We have our college basketball analyst, Ronnie Romano.
Oh, I'm excited to meet Ronnie Romano.
Yeah, hot
I've
new
never met
talent,
him.
calling games for, I think, NBC Sports.
Formerly Versus.
Formerly Versus, so that's going to be interesting.
Cool.
And we have some professional basketball news.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about professional basketball.
Oh, stop playing coy, Roy.
Yeah.
And, Phil, do we have a weird sport?
Goddamn right we got a weird sport. It's so weird, you guys.
All right,
Wow.
let's
All right,
get started.
let's get
Yeah.
going.
All right, Phil, this is exciting.
Yep.
I've kept you around today.
You have. This time I get to do some interviewing.
Right, and because Joel wanted to step out and grab some burritos.
Yeah, because he's a hungry boy. Hungry boy.
But we have today with us NBC's newest addition to the play-by-play book, NBC Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Newest addition to the booth. Or actually,
Previously versus.
Previously Versus.
Yeah.
And it's kind of their answer to Dick Vitale. ESPN has an icon in Dick Vitale.
Yeah, the loud guy.
Right, he's very loud. He's very bald. He's very loud.
Yeah.
So welcome to the studio, Ronnie Romano.
Yes, hello. Actually, it's Ronald.
Okay, noted. Now,
Ronald Romano.
right now, you are new to the whole broadcasting scene.
Yes, absolutely. NBC was looking for someone with a great deal of basketball acumen, and so they went with me because I understand statistics and I've done quite a bit of important writing on the subject.
Well,
Yeah.
What did you do before getting this broadcasting job, seemingly out of nowhere?
I was a statistics professor at Western Montana University.
Oh wow!
Oh, that would be cool to have a statistics professor who was really into basketball, and he'd be like, "Bam! The answer's 5, baby."
Right, like Dick
Yeah.
Vitale.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you bring that up. I've actually the one concern that NBC had when they hired me was that maybe I would not bring as much personality to the role that one Dick Vitale does.
Oh, you're
So-
teaming with personality. What are they talking about?
Well, this is what I figured. So I've written a number of sort of catchphrases to work in, much like Dick Vitale does. So I
Oh,
think a lot of
nice.
people are going to find I'm equally as exciting and engaging a personality as Dick Vitale is.
And maybe twice as informative.
And absolutely, I
Dick
feel like
Vitale doesn't say a lot of things worth substance.
absolutely, I have a lot of basketball acumen I am bringing to this that one Dick Vitale does not.
All right,
Like
well,
slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's a dunk, right?
that's
like
mine,
things like that.
Phil. That's mine.
I know.
All right, Ronnie. What do you got for us?
Okay. Well, we're coming up on the formation of the brackets, which is
Right.
obviously a very exciting time in college basketball. Every year, we're
Right.
going into the NCAA tournament, which gets the lion's share of the focus for the basketball season, even though I would argue some of the most interesting basketball is played during the conference schedule, where familiarity breeds more tense matchups in a lot of ways than the sort of flash in the pan.
Your Jets, mister.
No,
Who
we
your
should
Jets?
get to the catchphrases.
Right. Okay. Moving
right.
moving forward. I would like to
Jets.
say if
Can't.
we're looking at my picks for the number 1 seed coming out of the Midwest region, it's going to be Indiana. Excellence, fellow basketball enthusiasts.
Okay, no, Indiana's
Wait.
a great team. Is that
Where's the catchphrase?
That was my catchphrase. Excellence, fellow basketball enthusiasts.
That's your catchphrase? Catchphrases are meant to be catchy.
yeah? That's
okay.
not.
well,
not a catchy
let me try
catchphrase.
another one. The second number 1 seed coming out of the South, in my opinion, and this is going to be a surprising one. I think it's actually going to be Kansas.
Okay, all right.
And that's going to be some good watching because college basketball, while displaying less mastery over the game's elements than the NBA alternative, contains more energetic play and is therefore more interesting to many consumers.
Wait,
That's not a catchphrase at all.
that was supposed to be the catchphrase?
That's a paragraph
It's supposed to be
explanation.
like, Kansas K all the way.
Okay,
Right.
I understand, but I wanted
Jay
to...
hawking it up to the number 1 seed.
Is that their mascot?
The Jayhawks.
Then that's
I
good.
have to say, guys, I really feel like you're appealing to the lowest common denominator here. I think my phrase, while maybe less snappy, certainly speaks to the appeal of college basketball in a broader sense.
I don't think we disagree
Whoa.
with you there. I don't
Yeah.
think the substance of the catchphrase is what we're having a problem with.
It's the catchiness of it's a catchphrase, not a phrase.
Maybe we can help you with some of these. Give us
Yeah,
some.
okay.
Give us
I
some-
We'll help out.
wouldn't want my catchphrases to distract from the focus on the basketball.
Well, don't worry. I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's try. Here's some of the ones that I have planned for when I'm calling a game.
Okay.
At the end of that rainbow is gold. Gold that is, in this case, redeemable for 3 points.
So wait, that's a catchphrase for a 3-pointer.
Yes, if you make a 3-pointer. I'm drawing a metaphor between the arc of a 3-point shot and a rainbow.
No, yeah,
no,
that's
we-
like so long that they'd be on to the next play and doing something else.
Well, I think you have to understand from the point of view of a statistician, it's very important that we ensure that people understand that it was, in fact, a 3-point shot. If you're keeping score at home,
No.
you're going to want to know what it was scored as because even when it appears
right.
obvious, there's
you're
times
supposed to
that...
just go at the end of the rainbow is gold.
All right, let's hear
Okay.
another one.
All
Let's
right,
hear another
well,
one.
cool.
If we're gonna keep going, Nooksie's pass. This would be for a no-look pass. It was suggested by NBC. I'm a little concerned
kinda
by
like
it
it.
actually because Nooksie's does not appear in the Oxford English Dictionary, and I'm really not sure how one spells it. So I think it's I'm not sure how I'm gonna put it in.
How about
I think
this?
that's the
and-
closest we've come to an
Yeah,
actual
you
catchphrase.
should. When somebody does a no-look pass, you should be like, "They did it all for the Nooksies. Come on!"
Okay.
Now
Well,
that's-
this you guys appear to be siding with the NBC on this one. Their executives were much more excited about Nooksies, Well, I was a little concerned because it didn't seem clear to me. And again, I'm not sure how you would spell Nooksies. It doesn't have a precedent.
Nooksies.
I don't think we should be worried about the spelling of the catchphrase. I think it's more about you saying the catchphrases.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, here's another one. Andreno was his name-o.
Awesome.
Not the home plumbing product, which it should be observed is quite dangerous.
I think you went on a little too long with that one.
Well, if
I
children
think
are watching the game,
was his name-o.
but if children are watching the game, they might think that Drano is some sort of fun product, and in fact, it is quite dangerous. If ingested, it could definitely be fatal, and it will burn the skin on contact.
Ugh.
I'm also a little concerned about potentially showing favoritism for a particular product over another one, so I was thinking of alternating between that and Liquid Plumber was his name-o.
Oh.
Not the home plumbing product, which it should be observed is quite dangerous.
Ronnie, it doesn't make any sense once you say it that way.
Understood, but it would not show any particular favoritism to Drano.
But it no longer makes sense, Ronnie. It doesn't make sense, Ronnie.
Okay. All right. Note taken.
Okay.
I'm going to
Do
move
you
on
have
here.
Do you have any for defense? What about a good
Oh,
defense?
yeah.
Okay.
Like, hold up a D in a fence.
For a block shot, we might say roadblock, detour, to turnover. It's a traffic metaphor in this case.
No, I get this.
Right.
Traffic.
Right. No, I think we really understand.
I kind of like roadblock, though, if you start low, like roadblock.
I'm not sure that I'm comfortable using that much inflection in my voice.
Clearly.
I think if you could maybe pass on a word to the NBC executives that Phil.
I've got some pretty good.
Okay.
I don't know anything about basketball or
yes,
stats,
but I would
I'm
say
energetic.
that in terms of educating the viewing audience about basketball, Phil's approach, I wouldn't say it's not a particularly good one.
Hey, whoa. Go on.
Okay, well, how about this one? For overrated teams, we would say rated too high.
No, next.
No,
What-
you
it's
just
next.
say
It's-
overrated team sounds better than rated too high.
Overrated, I don't know.
Overrated. There we go.
Especially when you do that sing-songy chant, I don't know that it
It's just what's
establishes
next?
the-
God,
okay.
you suck.
Next.
You suck.
Well, one that NBC suggested that I'm not a big fan of is Doctor of Bracketology, MD.
Right.
yeah,
That's
that's
kind of a
great.
funny
Well,
like
this is
little
Not
thing.
really a catchphrase.
It's a fictional degree. My graduate work was actually in the field of statistics, so I just assumed that we would go with Ronald Romano,
Bracketology is
PhD.
the study
Yeah.
of brackets.
right, like Doc Ronnie, masters in bracketology.
Yeah, but there's no sort of formal degree offered for such study of brackets. It would be, I think, disingenuous. Also, MD implies a medical degree, which
Yeah.
in this case would be wildly inconsistent with the subject matter that we're talking about.
Tell you what, Ronnie,
Oh,
I think
man.
we're losing the podcast listeners.
Well, okay,
like
all
we
right.
might be
That's
losing
true.
viewers on NBC.
Let me go to several others. Two more specifically. All right, how about this one? That shot was emphatically slammed down, perhaps with more force than was required.
This is for a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate you so much. I hate you, Ronnie.
You're taking the
That's
fun out
terrible.
of slam dunks.
You're supposed to say a slam a jam a ding dong. What
or
Jordan
just
says.
like Dunk City,
Yeah.
These are just like these phrases seem like non sequiturs.
or just like unbelievable.
You're suggesting that I scream gibberish in the middle of a college
Yeah, I would
basketball
rather you
game?
just go blah 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 blah.
Because the fans
Okay.
watching at home, when they see a slam dunk, they just go,
Well,
Yeah.
I
They
have
get all
one more.
excited.
I know, Phil, that you are a particular fan of instances where
don't
a
mess
final-
with buzzer beaters.
A final shot
Don't
is
mess
scored
with buzzer
okay.
beaters. Are my
He
only
can't
thing I
butcher
like.
this.
I
You
think
can't
that
butcher
you
this more
will
than slam
find
dunk.
that
You
this
can't.
is a
There's
much
I could
better
come up
phrase.
with 300 that are going to be better than whatever you don't. You
Hey, you haven't heard it. I think
Okay.
you'll find that this is
I'll
quite
give
good.
it a chance.
Narrowly beating the sound that indicates the end of a half or the game.
Get the hell out.
I
Get the
you're-
hell
you're
out of
being
here.
quite
Get
rude,
the
and
hell out of
You know,
here.
Phil
We
was
haven't even
relatively
had a
well
chance to
Get
spoken.
talk.
out of here.
We've spent the
You
entire time
leave.
discussing catchphrases
Get out.
and not actual
Get
basketball.
away.
Is that oh
Thank you.
he's quite angry. Okay,
Leave.
I'm going to be on my way.
All right, thank you very much,
Farewell.
Ronnie. Ronnie
Fare thee
Romano,
well.
NBC Sports college basketball analyst.
It's Ronald.
Hey everybody, this is NBA superstar and former Kardashian Kris Humphries. To be honest, a lot of people out there get very confused when they look at a clock. What time is that saying? Why is there numbers on this screen? And how come the little hand is pointing to a different number than the big hand? Well, I'm here to tell you that this Sunday is daylight savings time, and it's time to move your clocks forward. Spring forward, fall back, basketball. To be honest, this is very confusing to a lot of people, but all you have to do is find a little windy thingy on the back of your clock, a little beepy thingy on the front of your clock, or find a little windy doodad on the side of your watch. And if you have a cell phone, remember, satellites might take care of this for you. To be honest, I'm Kris Humphries, and thanks for listening. Buzzer beater!
Slamma jamma ding dong!
Professional basketball.
Professional basketball news. Miami Heat are hot and on fire.
Caliente!
That's racist.
Yes, that was.
It's a different segment.
They're mostly Cuban.
Yeah.
In Miami, yeah.
So
Oh, right.
Well,
I
yeah.
thought you meant the
I was
team.
like any of
No,
the players
It's
in the
like,
team
no,
are of Cuban
and Mark
descent.
Cuban owns the Dallas
No,
Mavericks.
he did a very Mexican stereotypical thing, and it's mostly Cubans in Miami.
Right.
Coming off the heels of their Harlem Shake video, which is pretty much like every other Harlem Shake video, except this one had LeBron James.
And it was twice as long.
The Miami Heat have won 15 straight games.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
They set a franchise record, beating the Timberwolves the other day, 97-81. They last lost February 1st.
Whoa,
Wow.
Pre-Valentine's Day. They must have gotten some sweet love and they gave them a little extra energy.
Oh, you think so?
I wonder if basketball players get laid.
Yeah.
I think they might. I think
Yeah,
there's probably
they
they're
do.
probably
That's
getting-
pretty cool.
They do, Phil. There's actually a problem with out of wedlock children that would be evidence of them getting laid.
Pretty cool.
Very cool. LeBron James said something about it being a great achievement, and then something boring about focusing on winning each game by itself, one at a time.
Snooze.
schmuck.
He probably deflected praise to talk about a team effort next, but I can't say for sure because I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Come
why
on,
don't you
LeBron.
jibber jabber?
Oh, you were better
so-
as a heel.
Do we think this is more or less impressive than the Chicago Blackhawks' current 22-game streak of they have not lost in regulation? So they've lost in overtime 3 times, but other than that, they've won every
So they
game.
have
Not
lost.
on the front page of ESPN.com. Less impressive.
Yeah. And they have lost. They lost in overtime a few times.
Yes, but you still get a point for that.
You're really crunching the stats here, Joel.
Hey, well, in hockey they express them. There's 3 numbers. You're like 18, 5, and 2 because they have overtime losses being specifically separate.
Yeah, keep talking, LeBron.
LeBron James only dunks for $1 million.
Oh!
So do I.
Does he get $1 million for every dunk? Because he actually dunks fairly often.
LeBron James is considering an offer from Irving Magic Johnson for $1 million if he participates in next year's slam dunk contest.
Why is Magic shelling out that kind of money?
Because he really wants one of the best dunkers in the game to be in the slam dunk contest. In his 10-year career, James has never taken part in the dunk contest, and he does these dunks at warm-ups for the home crowd and the away crowds. These
Sure,
awesome dunks. He does them in warm-ups. Doesn't do it in the All-Star
He's
weekend.
got enough money.
Well, he's holding the entertainment value of the slam dunk contest hostage.
Yeah, why don't you have a buzzer beater contest? Then you'll get some rowdy audiences.
Oh, geez, that was my button on the segment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I feel terrible now.
No.
What would a buzzer beater contest be, Phil?
It would be this. Woof. Woof. Swish. Yeah.
It'd just be a series of people taking shots and then hitting the buzzer while the ball was in the air.
Oh God, I would be so jazzed.
All you'd really be doing is just playing the buzzer
I
while
would
the ball's
paint
in the
my
air.
belly blue and scream. Like
it would be a great contest.
It'd be the 3-point contest, but noisier is all it would be.
yeah,
a 3-point contest, but like 3 seconds, and you're from half court,
yeah.
and someone has to inbound the ball to you, and you're guarded.
Oh, that's
Okay,
awesome.
all right. Well, see, now we're talking. That's
Basically,
something
it'd
to
be
get
like
into.
a game scenario where you'd have. Yeah,
And they have to whip it overhand. It has to go through a rafter. It doesn't count.
The buzzer beater contest where it has to go through a rafter or doesn't count.
Yeah,
A whole bunch of guys like whipping balls up at the tops of these arenas.
that would be great.
fans getting hurt, maintenance men pissed about having to work overtime.
Yeah.
James has never taken part in the slam dunk contest, was offered $1 million. The NBA currently plays $100,000 to the winner of the dunk contest and $50,000 to the runner-up, which, according to Locker Room Legend, is usually just set on fire.
Like NBA Jam.
Right, no. Blake Griffith won in 2011. He dunked over a car, using the term car loosely. It was a Kia. Jeremy Evans won in 2012, and Terrence Ross won in 2013. Plays for the Raptors.
Nice.
I have never heard of Terrence Ross.
I've
Right?
never heard of the
Wouldn't you?
Raptors.
And here's the thing: if LeBron James is playing in the dunk contest, LeBron James is winning the dunk contest. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I watched
Which,
YouTube videos of his dunks and warm-ups. They're awesome. They make me go,
Well, here's the thing.
oh!
LeBron James
Yeah.
probably winning the dunk contest, whether he actually wins the dunk contest or not.
Well,
If he participates, they're
If he
gonna,
gets
he's
$1
gonna
million,
win.
he kind of won already.
Yeah. Like, oh, I didn't win. Crap, I missed out on that 1/10 of what I got paid to participate.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Dennis Rodman, diplomat?
No,
Oh.
he'd be a terrible diplomat.
Well, wait.
He married Carmen Electra.
if you were,
And no one who married Carmen Electra could possibly be expected
No, she
to
could
win.
not be a first lady.
I believe
No
he
way.
also had a fake wedding with Madonna, right? Didn't he have
Yeah.
a hoax wedding with Madonna where he wore a dress.
Yes, it was crazy. It was really stretching gender norms.
Right. And we weren't ready for it at the time.
No.
This was before Ellen had her show.
Yes.
So everyone was freaked out.
This
by
is
the
when
whole
they
thing.
saw somebody with purple hair and everyone went, Lodi, and fainted.
I don't think that was quite the reaction.
That was my reaction.
All right. If you were to compile a list of American celebrities in the order of how likely they were to meet with Kim Jong-un, Dennis Rodman would be a spot above the dog from Air Bud and a spot below the dog from The Artist.
In other words, it would be unlikely. Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Phil. No, Dennis Rodman met with Kim Jong-un. He continues America's long history of controversial sports celebrities acting as ambassadors to hostile regimes. Who could forget Ty Cobb joining British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain in his meeting with Hitler in 1938?
Ew.
Or
Really?
Bart Starr's secretive talks with Ho Chi Minh in 1965?
Oh, that pissed a
Yikes.
lot of people off. That really did.
It did.
Didn't Mickey Mantle go meet with Stalin at some point? Wasn't
Briefly
Yeah.
traveled. Yeah. Rodman is the highest profile American to meet with Kim since he inherited power from his dad.
Of course.
And God.
Nepotism.
Why was he here? Why was he there?
Because there was a rainbow and a sparrow delivered him. Isn't that the thing? Like they
No.
were born
I'm
under a
gonna
rainbow
go with
a sparrow.
a basketball game.
Here's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with they had to send somebody. They're like, who'd be crazy enough to do that? How about that dude from the 90s with the purple hair and wedding dress?
I don't
The
know
Worm!
that they
Yeah.
had to send anybody.
They did.
He traveled to North Korea with the Harlem Globetrotters for
No.
a new HBO series, which
Wow.
begs the question, how long did it take HBO to get into the Harlem Globetrotter business? Seriously.
Yeah.
And while we're on the topic, I am much more comfortable with the Harlem Globetrotters assuming a role as diplomats in an openly hostile country than I am with Dennis Rodman.
Here's my question. Did they also send the Washington Generals or whatever, the Harlem Globetrotters bad guy team
think
to
it is
play
the
with
Washington
them?
Generals, yeah.
I would assume so.
Do you think that they all got executed after that? Because they were just like, you have disgraced your game.
We did not see this coming.
Like,
We probably would have let you actually play for it.
Well, we lost for fun.
But this is a good point. The Globetrotters, excellent diplomats. I feel like the entire Cold War could have been prevented by that glitter in a bucket gag.
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious.
I know.
Why are you named the bubblegum?
Khrushchev would have been like, "Oh hey, quite funny. We eliminate nuclear weapons."
This was Dennis Rodman working
Yeah.
international relations. He loves basketball. I said, Obama loves basketball. Let's start there.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Right? And he asked me to give Obama something to say and do one thing. He wants Obama to do one thing. Give him a call. Rodman said, who said the authoritarian leader was an awesome guy. Doesn't condone what he does. He later says, I don't condone what he does, but he's an awesome guy.
Nice.
I would like to go ahead and point out Dennis Rodman feels that Kim Jong-un, awesome guy.
Yeah.
His opinion on Michael Jordan in the early 90s, not that positive.
That's
Not
true.
nearly that
You
positive.
know what? That kind of describes every drinking buddy I have. Like, awesome guy. Don't trust him.
I imagine Rodman was probably pretty ready for this after being a friend of Bill Lambert's for so long.
That's absolutely true.
I'm not in on that inside joke.
Okay, all right.
Basketball is very popular in North Korea, second only to foraging for food as a national pastime.
Oh, like
and-
the Hunger Games.
Yeah, and
One of these days, it's going to pass foraging for food. I really feel like it's going to jump up there.
it's going to be the TV contract.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
as soon as they have edible basketballs, that's when it's going to pass it.
Right. And the White House has responded in kind to Dennis Rodman's remarks that North Korea should be more focused on the well-being of its citizens and not celebrity sporting events. like us Americans.
Right, exactly.
Who care much
We're
more about,
like,
Yeah.
we can't have a football season this year because there's people starving.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah, if anyone in America were going without basic necessities, we wouldn't be having pro sports, would we?
No.
Obviously.
Income inequality. Super Bowl. Dunk contest. All right. Slamma-jamma ding-dong.
Buzzer beater.
Professional basketball.
For you, the listeners of Sports Podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. I personally recommend a wonderful book called The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Joel saw the movie. He said that it was okay. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network. Again, that's audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network for your free audiobook. And now it's time for another Weird Sports! Weird Sports.
When is Weird Sports getting a sponsor, Phil? I wonder aloud.
I wonder as well. Well, we've reached out to a lot of people. Febreze.
They wanted to sponsor Tecmo Bowl,
Mentos.
and Mentos wanted to sponsor Tim Tebow, but not this.
But yeah, they were all didn't have enough money for Weird Sports.
This is pretty surprising.
It costs $100,000 per episode to produce Weird Sports.
But this is our flagship segment.
Yeah, they cannot cover.
What about
that.
like ESPN 3 or something?
We have like 500 researchers working around the clock to bring you this segment every week.
By 500 researchers, you mean one very overpaid Alex Rodriguez.
He counts as 500 because he's my best friend. This week's Weird Sport, Bandy.
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 Bandy is the national sport of
Ireland? No, not Ireland. I take that back.
Bantralia.
Australia.
Russia.
What? Way
Bandy, the national sport of Russia.
Bandy.
Bandy is a team winter sport played on ice in which skaters use sticks to direct a ball into an opposing team's goal.
It sounds like
a
a
lot
precursor
like ice
to
hockey,
hockey.
yeah.
It kind of does, doesn't it? But let's get into the history.
The Russians really into ice hockey, more so than America.
But that hockey is not their national sport because bandy is. The history of bandy. Let's see. The games that are accepted as direct predecessors to bandy have been recorded in Russian monastery records dating back to the 10th and 11th centuries.
Holy crap.
Yeah, people been playing bandy for ages.
That's wow.
Take that, inventor of basketball, whoever you are. Your name has been lost to the records.
Naismith.
Nope. It's a game that could be recognized as essentially modern bandy. Was played in Russia in the early 1700s, so it really started taking shape. Although the rules used differed from those that were invented in England at a much later date. England holds the official rules.
Wait, what do you mean? Did they lose them in World War II?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that like what the?
Yeah.
How does England have the official rules in Russians? Russia's national
England. They're all like, we're imperialists, mate. We're going to take you.
Is that
we're
England?
Take
Is
your
that
rules
England?
away. I'm going to drink tea and steal bandy.
So next to a sarcophagus in the British National History Museum are the official rules for bandy. Is what you're telling me?
I'll bet you at the end of World War II, I'll bet you Stalin traded them for Czechoslovakia.
Yeah. And it was worth it.
Yeah, actually.
All the way through the modern times, Russia has kept a top position in the bandy area, being one of the founding nations of the International Federation, as well as the most successful team at the World Championships. Russia rocks this sport, you guys.
There's a World Championships for bandy?
You better believe.
This sport seems really big.
This is
for
no
one,
podunk.
being weird, and two, never of even crossing my path.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
Well, that's because y'all don't go to Russia enough.
Is this where the phrase bandy about comes from?
I don't know. Russians see themselves as the creators of the sport, which is reflected by the unofficial title for bandy, Russian hockey.
Okay.
Again, the Russians are exceptionally good at actual hockey.
Yeah, but they're better at bandy. All right, let's get into the actual sport. Let's get our fingers dirty. Let's get a handful of bandy, right? Bandy is played on ice using a single round ball. 2 teams of 11 players each compete to get the ball into the other team's goal using sticks, thereby scoring a goal. The game is designed to be played on a rectangle ice field, which is the same size as a football or soccer field. Bandy has other rules that are similar to soccer. Each team has 11 players, one of which is a goalkeeper. A standard bandy match must consist of 2 halves, 45 minutes each. The offside rule is also deployed.
Oh, so they have offsides and icing. Great. Great. That'll slow the game down.
The most exciting parts from what I've heard of hockey.
Yes.
Offsides and icing.
Oh,
People being like, when are they gonna icing? I once wrote a joke for the sketch show that I write that there was apparently a big anniversary for hockey, and it was like the 250-year or 500-year anniversary or something. And I wrote
hockey.
And I wrote this joke. I wrote, hockey just celebrated its 250th anniversary. The celebratory cake was called for icing.
It's not bad.
Did not get in the show.
No, what?
Did not
That's crazy.
get in the show. Very good joke, in my opinion. Typical gameplay. Players attempt to propel the ball towards their opponent's goal. You know this stuff.
It sounds a lot like hockey.
But it's soccer and hockey. It's saki. It's bandy.
It's Russian hockey.
Yeah. There are 8 rules in the official Bandy Rules. Only 8. No book needed. More of like a constitution. It's a 1-pager.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our Constitution is not 1 page, Phil.
That should be. The same rules are designed to apply to all levels of bandy, although certain modifications for groups such as juniors, seniors, and women are permitted.
That sounds reasonable.
Sounds sexist, ageist, and juniorist to me. The rules
also
are
be ageist.
Yeah, also just a different side.
Yeah.
The rules are often framed in broad terms, which allow flexibility in their application depending on the nature of the game. The rules can be found on the website of the Federation of International Bandy website.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the name of the website?
The Federation of International Bandy.
And the music download. Watch all your programs American.
Watch to see rule on Federation of International Bandy site.
And illegal episodes of Happy Endings.
Vodka. We pronounce it with a W, like vodka.
It is a wild and crazy sport.
Get big American breasts. Each team consists of a maximum of 11 players, excluding substitutes, one of whom must be the goalkeeper.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Hardcore, playing both ways, no subs.
Yeah. A team of fewer than 8 players may not start the game.
But you could start with 9.
Yeah, you could. Goalkeepers are the only
Forfeiting
players allowed to play the ball with their hands or arms, but they are only allowed to do so within the penalty area in front of their own goal. I know, right? Though there are a variety of positions in which the outfield, non-goalkeeper players are strategically placed by a coach, these positions are not defined or required by the rules of the game. You can play with whatever players wherever you want. You can have 8 sitting right by the goal, and then 2 people trying to push it.
That's true for pretty much every sport, though.
Not if there's offsides or icing.
That's true.
Joel?
No, but the definition of positions usually isn't in the rules. It's sort of defined by the way that people have played the game.
Yeah, but on the other hand, let's talk about the bandy stick.
Right.
The stick used in bandy is a natural part of the sport. The stick should be made of an approved material such as wood or another similar material, and it should not contain any metals or sharp parts which can hurt the surrounding players. Snorlax.
You know, things
They have to specify that your sticks can't have metal or sharp parts that can hurt the other players?
In the 15th century, the monks got a little out of control.
Yeah, they made theirs out of thorn bushes.
That is a board with a nail through it.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be allowed
Yours
to
is
have
made
that.
of vials of acid. Probably don't want to be swinging that around.
I don't want to quibble here, but maybe we should include a rule to say
The bandy stick should be crooked at and the bend of the blade is split into 5 different dimensions.
so like a hockey stick.
Yeah, it's just like a hockey stick. I'm looking at the picture now, and I'm gonna skip it. It's right there. See, it's got a little tape on the end.
Pretty much just a
hockey.
hockey stick.
It looks like a
Pretty much
hockey
just
stick.
a hockey
Yeah.
stick. Let's go to the Olympic Games.
Bandy is in the Olympics?
Although bandy was a demonstration sport at the 6th Olympic Games in 1952, Oslo, Norway. That can't be 6th, can it?
6th Winter Games, they're probably saying.
Oh, 6 Winter Games in 1952 in Oslo. And the IOC accepted it. It has not become an official Olympic sport. There are only 3 teams that played bandy at the 1952 Winter Olympics. Finland, Norway, and Sweden. Russia didn't play.
Oh, so yeah,
I think one of them won. The other 2 lost.
So there was no Russian team. Oh, in the 52 Olympics.
But at the 2014 Winter Olympics coming up, bandy will be presented within the cultural program.
Wow.
And the International Federation is trying to make it a full medal sport in Pyongyang in 2018.
Where's Pyongyang?
Pyongyang.
Isn't that North Korea?
I was going to say, I think you're pronouncing that wrong, because we definitely did not give the Olympics to North Korea.
That could not have happened.
Dennis Rodman?
Let me click
you
on
fool.
this. It's in South Korea.
There
you go.
Yeah.
I was about to say, Joe, you say we. Remember, IOC, not we.
That's true.
Rather
That's
emphatically not we.
Well, I don't know. See, I'm a citizen of the world.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So that's, my brothers and sisters on the IOC.
Yeah.
And I'm a terrible racist.
I am a citizen of America, and therefore I feel I have absolutely no connection to the IOC.
Yeah, I was going to go through all the national bandy federations, but I'm afraid we're running low on time. What do you guys think?
Give us two of your favorite national bandy
I'm going to pick some at random.
Okay.
How about this one? This is Afghanistan. Has a bandy federation. Afghanistan. You'd think they have enough problems, but no, bandy. The Bandy Federation of Afghanistan.
Who would have guessed that was the name?
Nope.
Where do they have ice? Isn't that very hot?
Well, I mean, it's pretty mountainous, too. I think it gets pretty cold in lots of parts of Afghanistan.
Okay, then I'm going to go with another one. Sweden. Can you guess what this one is?
The Bandy Federation of Sweden?
You're absolutely right. It's the Svenska Bandyförbundet. Which I assume means
Bandy Federation of Sweden.
That brings us to an end of another Weird Sports
Citizens of Podcast Town, this brings us to the close of another Sports podcast. Before we go, Phil would like to give you our contact information.
You can email us at sportspodcast@gmail.com. That's sportspodcast@gmail.com. You can tweet at us at sports3podcast. That's at the sports 3 podcast. You can find us on Facebook by searching Sports Podcast, your little top bar thingy. You can find us on Stitcher Radio. Download the Stitcher app today at Stitcher.com and search Sports Podcast. You can find us on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/comedypodnet. That's youtube.com/comedypodnet. And check out all of our other podcasts from Comedy Podcast Network. And you can find us on iTunes by searching Sports 3 Space Podcast. That's Sports 3, all one word, Space Podcast. While you're there, please rate and review. It helps out big time. Or you can find all of our back episodes at comedypodcastnetwork.com.
Boy, I got to tell you guys, I have been running around like crazy lately. Schedule is so busy. I cannot wait until this coming Sunday. I'm going to bed an hour early. I'm hoping to catch up on sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, no, we spring forward.
You're
This
losing.
is the Sunday we spring forward. Daylight savings.
Serious?
Didn't you
2
hear that Kris
a.m.
Humphries?
Freaking kidding
Kris
me?
Humphries just announced what you.
All right,
At
it's the
2
GD federal government, okay? Like, they have a right to dictate to us what time is when. Like, wait, we change the time? The government gets to dictate what time is? This is bullcrap, all right? I gotta leave. I'm writing a letter. An angry letter. Lights off!
You have received this transmission from the Comedy Podcast Network. For more shows, visit comedypodcastnetwork.com.